It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. Who knows what we're in store for here on Sunday night?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we wrap up a great Sunday here in Super Wild Card Weekend, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OT.
The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So they bring out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Westbrook now on the return. And shedding through the tackle. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky Then great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here comes Westbrook. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 6. A quick throw there is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Back to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Now the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Sliding out of the pocket, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Back to throw again. He's got room to roam. And finally wrestled down at the 11. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Up the middle they go. Westbrook, and good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. From a yard out, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there. And even 50 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 3rd and 14. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Well, they bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now back to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. What good hands there defensively at 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll look to throw. That is caught. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. The last of our 3 games on this Sunday.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before missed the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2nd and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Returnable here from the 38. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll set up to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The slot man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Back to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Number 86. A gain of 7. Result is a 1st down.
They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. 2nd and 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 49 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
A try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Always got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 7. 1:50 to play. They'll have to go the full 99 yards. Good luck there as they come up 1st and 10. But no help there as they'll get to him at the 5.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. But that's not going to help the cause as he stops short of the 10. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Boy, going for it at this stage in the second half, back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going for it with your offense and announcing your intentions, that maybe you run out your special teams and fake it. Because even though teams say, hey, we plan for the fake all the time, I know from experience, you look at the situation, there's no way they're going to fake it here. And they probably had a better chance if they tried it that way.
And they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee, and guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.